Hello, this is Mustafa with devlog number 4 on Beware the Bully Redux title pending. So, last week I showed off what I had included, which were like checkpoints and coins and a score and the camera. And I mentioned that I wanted to create the design document, which I have right here. I worked on that. I'm just going to go through that real quick. The pending title, Beware the Bully, Redux. So it's a 2D action platformer about anti-bullying. And what I mean by action platformer is a game that focuses more on the platforming than on other gameplay aspects like physics puzzles or exploration, things like that. It doesn't. This isn't the focus. The focus is more action platforming, similar to like the Super Mario Brothers games. So let's go over the design pillars I have. Just some keywords I wanted to focus on were like fast, precise jumps, increasing challenge, retro style, cool abilities, and by that I mean like the wall jumping, the dash, sliding down walls, just a fun feeling controller. I want it to be story driven with positive story. Levels introducing new challenges, so I want the variety in the gameplay to be coming from the levels themselves, like different types of platforms, moving platforms, jump pads, if I could get those to work. Um, more about the levels changing and adding new types of obstacles rather than the player gaining new abilities. And I listed off 3 games to be my inspiration. The first one I have on here is Super Mario Brothers. Like the first one specifically that I have in mind, and things that I'm taking, like as far as inspiration I'm taking from it, are secrets, straightforward levels, variety in levels. For example, like you have your underwater level, etc., and action platforming. Then Donkey Kong Country, which is one of my favorite games for the Super Nintendo. I love playing it as a child. One thing I have on here is no upgrades, because in Donkey Kong Country you basically like all the moves you have from the beginning of the game, you have them at the end of the game. You don't upgrade Donkey Kong at all. The only kind of power up you get are the animals you ride on, which I don't plan on copying that aspect at all. Then interesting levels, for example, you have the cart riding levels, you have levels that have the barrels shooting you around, you have levels that go dark and have a blinking light, you have the snowy levels, underwater levels. So I'm taking inspiration from that, and of course the next word I have on, or next phrase is level variety. Barrels, I think that's a cool mechanic that I don't think I've seen in any other platformer. Like that's only in Donkey Kong Country. So if I can get that to work, like jumping into a barrel that will either automatically launch you or wait for you to hit the jump button to shoot out. If I can get that to work, I'll definitely put that in there. But obviously it's not going to be a wooden barrel just like Donkey Kong Country. It would be like some sort of like a cannon or something else. I'm not going to try to get sued by Nintendo. Action platforming. I already mentioned that. And the last game I have on here, Mega Man X, mainly because it controls really well. You have like the wall slide, the wall jump, and the dash. It's just really cool feeling character controller. Next, as far as genre, story, mechanic summary, this game uses obstacles and non-living slash moving hazards for enemies. So, and the only living antagonistic character is the bully. So basically, the bully is going to be the only bad guy. All the other bad guys, air quotes around the word bad guys, are going to be like obstacles, like bombs, spikes, just other things that aren't like living things, because I don't want to have like violence being the focus of the game, since it's an anti-bullying game, and I want to have a positive message. So the bully is the boss for the fights, which are platform oriented. Like the bully will chase you around, or swing a giant mallet at you or something like that, and you don't actually hit the bully himself, and damage is always self-inflicted by the bully. Like for example, you jump onto a platform that has a bomb next to it, and the bully swings a mallet towards that platform. You jump off the platform, he hits the bomb, and then he hurts himself. So all the damage will be self-inflicted by the bully. Features. So just wanna. I'm not gonna go through this entire list of features, but you could pause the video if you want to take a look at some of those features. I have check marks on stuff that I've already got completed, and X's on stuff that I've tried and could not get to work, so I need to do more research on those. And I want to try to get some sort of score system in the game. I'm not really too sure what I want to do with the coins yet, and possibly if you beat a level without respawning or dying, then you'll get some sort of a bonus, because I've listened to a game design lecture in which they talked about how it's better to reward players than to penalize players. Like, players find it more fun if the numbers go up for being good than to go down for being bad. So what can I do with the coins that you collect? Maybe pay off the bully to leave you alone, for one of the boss fights or something, or buy bigger health. I'm not really too sure what I'm doing with the score yet, but just put down some ideas. I'd like to get a health system, like maybe taking 2 hits before you have to restart or go back to checkpoint. When you get hit the first time, you'll get knocked back, have a temporary invincibility, and still need to figure out how I want it to refill, or when does it refill. The boss fights, I want them all to be completely different. The boss fights between the levels, and as I mentioned before, bully hurts himself. Some inspiration I want to look at. Crash Bandicoot boss fights. I think Crash Bandicoot has some really cool boss fights. All of them are very different from each other. And I also got some other ideas on boss fights I want to implement into the game. You can see right here that I've written down. And also I want to implement like a level unlock system, so when you beat a level, you can access it through the title screen. And so interface, I want gamepad and keyboard controls, and I'd like to include a button or key remapping in the main menu or in the pause menu. Try to make the game accessible for people with disabilities. There's a low button count for the game, so as long as it's remappable, it should be pretty easy for people with disabilities to play the game. So art style, I've included a few screenshots of games, or some pixel art screenshots that I'd like to use as inspiration. I really like these screenshots because they have a lot of they don't have like a lot of noise on the screen. It's very straightforward as far as like you can see where the player is at. You're not distracted by a lot of things. I'm assuming there's like some parallax backgrounds going on with these, but I mean, I'm definitely going to implement parallax backgrounds. And I like this one where there's like a lot of blank space where the player is not going to be at, so it's not distracting the player. And music, I just have like a couple songs on here that, some inspiration for what I want the music to be like. And I have some milestones, but I don't have dates yet because I'm not really too sure as to when I want these completed. So let's look at what I have updated this week, other than writing out the design document. So I've been trying to work on these different platforms, and there's a moving platform. Actually, let me. Oh, I can do that. So let me activate this platform, moving platform, activate it. I was trying to like make it so that I can activate it by stepping on it, but that's not working at the moment. I've been just having a lot of technical difficulties with getting these platforms to work correctly, getting jump pads to work correctly. Like one issue I was having with the jump pads is that the jumps were inconsistent. Why is this frozen? Okay, so like you'd bounce a certain height, but if you hold the jump button, you'd bounce an even higher height, which I don't want that with the jump pads. I want them to bounce the same height no matter what. Another issue I was having was with these passing platforms. I had it so that if I press down, I can go through it, but so basically the way how I made it pass through is, let's see, so the player is on the player layer, and let's look at this scene. So this is on the one-way platform layer, and if I press down, well, I took away the code, but if I press down, it would turn the player into the one-way platform layer as well, and those I set that layer to not interact with itself, so then he'd go through, and as soon as the player touches the ground, the player would be set back to the player layer. The problem with that was that if I press down, it would change the player to the one-way platform layer anywhere. And then I was like, so if I'm like, if I go through here and before I touch the ground, if I'm still holding down, I could keep pressing jump and I'm basically flying around the level. So that's not something I want in the game, for players to just fly around the level. It would probably be a good mechanic for swimming. I mean, it seemed like it would work out. But I got this is messed up. Like the player doesn't move onto, it doesn't get parented onto the platform. I need to fix that. So the moving platform isn't working as intended. The pass-through platform is working halfway as intended. I just need to fix the ability to go down it. I was having issues in which the player would like get stuck in basically this wall slide motion or state if I'm going through from the side. So I had to come up with brand new layers for everything. I had to set the walls to a wall layer, the ground to the ground layer, the tops of the walls to a cliff corner layer, so it works as both ground and a wall. So as you can see there, it's a wall and a ground. And also I added this cool particle effect to the lava, so at the very least it looks more lava-ish during this prototyping phase. Well, I like that effect though. I think it would look good to just keep that. And this is fake water. It does nothing. But that's basically it as far as my update. I didn't get that much done with getting mechanics completed, but I did get the game design document completed, and I'll update again next week. Thanks for watching, and hope you guys stick around. Give me that like, give me that thumbs up, hit that notification bell. Like what do the cool people say? Smack it, smack that notification bell. Um, smash that like button. Smash something. I don't know what you gotta smash, but do all the smashing. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week.